Okay, so Anna came to me this morning saying, "Hey, can we make an improvement to Merchant Tools?" But it was more grand thinking kind of changes, and we are quickly realizing that the amount of workload that is copy and paste is becoming crushing, not only for us internally. It turns out that we are exerting a tremendous amount of force on our vendors. We're asking for information. It's not flowing to us as quickly as it needs to, even though the data exists. And a prime example is a vendor that we do Security Lock. They probably represent 15% of all of our business in terms of them supplying to us. That's substantial. And to pull them out of our overall would be catastrophic. And our demands on some vendors can push them to the limit. We have had some lost relationships with a couple of vendors just because we pushed too hard, and we're sensitive to it. Randall, you obviously know that you worked with Security Lock's API. It's orders of magnitude important how much work we've taken off the table just by having the inventory uploaded. It turns out their API is, we are touching the tip of the iceberg of what their API can do. I had said to Anna, you know what you need to do? You need to go to Boston, sit with the guys at Security Lock, go over everything the API can do, then fly to Charlotte, go up and see Randall, tell him everything, and I'm going to ask Randall that we're going to set a date where for 1 week or whatever, he'll have 60% of his time basically set aside to just do API work for that Monday through Friday and implement as much as we can. And we'll schedule all of this maybe in December, whatever it might be. I just got off the phone with Security Lock, and there was the programmer who, does Anna speak JSON and other programming language? I'm like, no. And the other guy who's a salesman, so I got two different personalities. The one guy's like, I don't, no. I want to talk to programmers. And I said to him, well, you guys built this API. The people that are intended to take advantage of it, none of them are programmers. So you need to speak like a 5-year-old to us so that we can understand what it does as best as possible, and then let the gods of programming communicate and just get it done. We need to understand the operational description, but the point-to-point wiring, I don't need to know that. I don't need to know where the wires go. I just need to know that it goes. And the sales guy was like, we're all remote from home. And I says, are you still working under COVID restrictions? And the bottom line is, in the sense of it preventing them from welcoming Anna to come now or this year, the answer is yes. They're working under that. Okay, fine, whatever. I get that. They suggested a Zoom call. The programmer was like, well, that's when he said, does Anna speak programming languages? No. And as he's saying this, I see where it's going for failure. And I thought, well, what if Randall and Anna and the programmer and their sales guy all sat in the Zoom call together? And that's where this is. Randall, will you be agreeable to set aside, I'm just saying a week. I don't know how much time it would take to fully implement, but below the link to this video is, I think, their white paper on their API. So that we can then just say, in this time, we're going to do the API, and that's it. Because it is getting to the point where people are starting to pull their hair out, and we have to streamline this relationship with this most important of all vendors. And I would like to see it either, my opinion, and this, Randall, this is based on your schedule purely, maybe the week before Thanksgiving, or 2 weeks, and if that's too early, and honestly it probably is, what about plus or minus the 10th of December? And if none of that's good, then the middle of January. It would be and if that's no good, then the middle of February. So you just tell me when, and I will go to Security Lock and say, put us on the schedule, and then I'll let you and Anna know when the Zoom, and we're thinking it's 1 or 2 hours is the bottom line. So, thank you very much. I apologize for the length of this video.